It looks like DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act, could be on the way out. Obviously, President Obama has done a lot of good stuff when it comes to gay marriage and marriage equality. That's what we're told we should call it. But because of the Fifth Amendment, which is equal protection under the law, they're now saying that DOMA is really indefensible, and Obama is probably not going to defend it. All adds up. I have a feeling that this panel is pretty much okay with that.
I'm super gay, and I am very excited. I would like to, be a human and have the basic rights. I loved it. I circled this one part for the House brief. It said, gays and lesbians are one of the most influential, best connected, best funded, and best organized interest groups in modern politics, and have attained more legislative victories, political power, and popular favor in less time than virtually any other group in American history. Wow. The House brief says, and I'm like, yes. It was still no rights. Yeah, so if we could just get that moving, that would be fantastic. All of this is like, pomp and circumstance. I'm like, how about also some basic rights?
Yeah, wasn't it someone last election cycle said the gay money is the new Hollywood money. Ah. That's what they were saying. What do you think about this? It's time, right? I mean, is there anything to even debate here?
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous that we are in the 21st century and we are discussing this. That it's a basic civil rights issue, and yet we know, was it Alabama just passed the 13th Amendment last week?
Yes.
So
just passed it.
Could be a while still.
Yeah, and this won't come out till tomorrow, so it could be flipped again.
But so it astounds me that, you know what it is? There's a section of our society, our culture, that this white male established elite that really, really wants to keep it in 1952, wants the country to be there and stay there, and that's when they were in charge. And things are moving on, and it makes them nervous, and so they're doing everything they can to slow it down and to demonize every bit of the population that doesn't stand with them. So it's
so true.
It is about time, and I just hope it finally happens.
Yeah. Now, Fred, I know this cause is obviously dear and near to your heart, and you've been fighting this thing from the inside. So give us a little sort of the insider steps of how you think this is now going to play out.
Well, this goes back to the 70s when we were getting beat up and they were trying to ban gay teachers in California and other states, and we've progressed to this unbelievable position where we are now at the United States Supreme Court, thanks to Chad Griffin and a few other tremendous leaders, with a lawsuit on two fronts. One, to try and overturn Proposition 8, which banned gay marriage in California. Yeah. And now on DOMA, which was put in and signed by a Democratic president, Bill Clinton, is completely now come out and opposed it, is going to be definitely turned down. As will the Supreme Court, I think, I'm positive actually, overturn Prop 8 and go along with that decision. We just won 4 states in November, which is unbelievable. And now, for the first time, the argument the opponents used against same-sex marriage was that the public is against it. Well, they're not now. In 4 states last November, they passed it. So I think that Proposition 8 will rule, the overturning of Proposition 8, and we will just continue forward. And there's cases moving forward which will make marriage equality the law of the land. Yeah. And what a message that sends to younger people who struggle. I had a terrible time growing up gay. Yeah. It was just, I had no self-esteem. I was embarrassed. It was a very difficult road for me, and I had it a lot better than most. And kids are suffering today, and we see the suicides, teenage suicides, so we need to make everyone in this country equal.
Yeah, you hit on a lot of points there, but I think one of the main things is that, I think what's happened in the last year or two is that we've learned that the arguments against gay marriage are completely insane. You know what I mean? They always say, well, you're going to destroy traditional marriage. I don't think that there's one study that has proven where you've brought in gay people to be allowed to be as regular and boring as straight people, that suddenly straight marriages are crumbling, or that they said if you get rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the military is going to suffer. It's been over a year now. I don't think there's been one instance, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, that Don't Ask, Don't Tell being flipped has done anything.
My favorite critic of this was the Pope.
Yeah.
Who was not there for long, but he said on the eve of the Spanish vote, when they voted to allow same-sex marriage, he said that gay marriage was insidious and dangerous. And this was 3 years ago, in the height of the priest abuse scandal. I'm thinking, what about that? Yeah. Why doesn't he take on that issue instead of attacking poor people who are innocent and just want to be happy and marry the person that they love?
And divorce rate is what, like 56%? Like they're doing it so
Yeah,
well, so
traditional
I
marriage is
can't.
doing
Like
real
what
great.
is?
Yeah,
what's-
doing well.
It's completely insane. I have to say though, on a positive note, I do so much traveling for stand up. I mean, to like parts of the country where you're like, oh God, how's this gonna go? No one blinks. No one has a problem with it. When I start talking about politics, there's a problem. But when I literally talk about like gay marriage and I start my like gay marriage joke, it's like people are clapping, like in rural counties, like across the country. So it's been super positive, and I think, and the Supreme Court historically has never really taken on such big social issues until like the tide has turned. They did that with interracial marriage, and so. I don't know. It seems really positive, which
That's
is exciting.
funny because we think that Supreme Court justices are there for life so that they can make brave choices. But as you said, they always wait until it's past the tipping point, and then they're like, "Oh, we did this."
Yeah.
And don't forget, bonobos.com is the official outfitter of the Rubin Report. Enter code Rubin Report for 20% off your first purchase.